Good morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic. Happy Monday. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for joining me. You may recall that last week, more than a week ago, I talked about taking some time off. Well, we got back from a 7-day cruise, me and my wife of 30 years. It was our delayed 30th anniversary trip. Our anniversary was back in December. The weather sidetracked us a little bit. Our original plan is we were going to have the ship line. We're going to get on a ship line bus. They were going to hold our bags, and because our flight wasn't until like 7:45, and they were going to take us and drop us off in the French Quarter. We were going to go visit and look around and go see some things we hadn't seen yet, because we spent about a day and a half doing that already, but we were going to go do some more. But then cold front blew in. We did not want to walk around in the quarter in, you know, touristy clothes. Now, I had long sleeve and she did too, but she had a jacket, I didn't. But walking around in 50-degree weather that was windy, well, it was less than ideal. So we pivoted and we changed our plans instead. We thought, okay, we'll just go straight to the airport. We'll see if we can get on an empty flight, because there's always empty flights between Austin and New Orleans. And we'll jump an earlier flight. We'll get home earlier. No harm, no foul. When we get there, we were rested. We were enjoying life and batteries fully recharged. We were thinking, yeah, I got some room to breathe today. But then, the airport showed up. What should have been a simple travel day turned into an all-day airport campout. And asking for the allowance of getting onto an earlier flight, we fully expected the answer might be no. But the lady that we talked to, the first agent, she was abrupt. She was condescending. She wouldn't let us finish a sentence. And, this was Sunday, about 10 o'clock in the morning. It was way too early in her day for her to be in this much of a bad mood. I, lady, if you hate your job that much, then find something else to do. I mean, she was awful. Easily one of the worst customer service people I've ever dealt with, ever. And that's saying a lot, because I've worked in customer service in state government. I mean, customer services can be a horrible job, because basically, to steal a line from Bill Engvall, your job is to clean out porta potties all day. What do I mean by that? Well, you're catching crap all day long. And maybe this lady was having a particularly bad morning. Maybe her cat died. I don't know. Actually got that one from somebody on Facebook who posted on my personal stuff. Now, come to find out, the reason for the no is we were flying on Southwest we used one of their getaway fares, which, if you've ever flown, if you know your plans are solid, and I mean, we had a cruise paid for. We knew when we were going, when we were coming back. So we weren't worried about paying a little bit less, particularly since Southwest has not changed their seat assignment stuff yet. So we get there and we thought, okay, let's get on an earlier flight. Well, apparently about 90 days ago or so, they changed a policy. If you're on a getaway fare, you cannot move to an earlier flight anymore. Not at all. You can't fly standby. You can't get on an earlier flight. They will not work with you. So all I can think is, if Herb was still alive, this would not be happening, because Herb knew how to take care of customers, and that ain't it. But hey, it's their airline, it's their rule, fine. What got me was the horrible way that all of this was communicated to us. She was awful. I mean, if she had been nice, I wouldn't have gotten as mad about the policy. I got mad at being dismissed. And this was following, my wife also has a Southwest branded credit card. Reason we got that is because you get a bag free. Well, this was our first time to try it as a couple. Well, in order to do that bags fly free thing, you both have to be on the same reservation, on the same confirmation number. We didn't know that. So when we flew out of Austin ABIA, I had to pay the $35 bag fee. We go to the gate lady, and she said, yeah, I can fix that for you. I'll get you both on the same reservation. We're like, cool. So coming back, well, she either did it wrong or it didn't let her do it, because we show up at MSY. But she was kind about it. Completely different experience. She was kind to my wife. She was patient with my wife. She actually told my wife that it was up to her they wouldn't have changed that policy because she didn't think it was right either. She said, if I had the authority, I'd do it right now. She said, but they will not let me. They have locked those things out for us. She explained the why. She acknowledged our frustration. She treated my wife like an adult. And then suddenly, even though we were camping out at MSY all day long, watching empty seats fly to Austin, I will never understand that. Southwest, come on, get better. It was manageable. Now, we couldn't get to the gate because they won't let you in the gate area until it's 4 hours before your check-in time. So we're waiting in the pre-gate area. I don't even know what you call that. So we had not gone through security or anything like that. And we're camping out, living on our phones. Thankfully, I found a plug where I could plug in and recharge and all of that. So all of that to say this, the rules don't matter as much as sometimes as how they are delivered. And the first lady, textbook case of how not to do it. The second lady, she was a pro. She treated us like adults. She treated us with respect, and she was empathetic about it. She was like, I wish I could do this. Now, later in the day, I complained about it on social media, and Southwest has a first-rate X team, X formerly known as Twitter. They not only refunded the bag fees, they have said that they're going to be sending us a small voucher, not a full flight, but a small voucher. That doesn't change the policy, but that goes a long way to restoring my trust in them. And hopefully that kept Herb from twisting in his grave a little bit more than he was earlier. What's the lesson? Well, rules are necessary, constraints are real, and hands are sometimes tied, but respect is always optional and it's always a choice. And if you lead people in business, government, customer service, or anywhere that policy exists, you need to remember explaining the why costs nothing. Treating people with dignity costs nothing. And both of those are going to buy more goodwill than bending the rules ever will. Because when people feel heard, when they feel respected, they can live with almost any answer. Good customer service, good leadership isn't always about saying yes. Sometimes it's about how you say no. And I learned that again in a drafty airport in New Orleans. And that's today's Red Mike message. I hope you found it interesting or helpful. I'm glad to be back. I miss doing this all week long. I mean, I was almost completely cut off from civilization, but it was good to unplug. It really was. I hope you didn't mind me replaying some Red Mics from last week. All brand new stuff this week. So glad to be back. Oh, I forgot to say, Red Mike messages are leadership and life lessons picked up from 25 years as a public servant and 16 years as a football coach and scouting volunteer and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. I know you've got choices for your time and your content viewing, and I love you guys. I appreciate you so much for being here. I'll see you again tomorrow. A lot of coffee today. I'm also on a 3-day fast because basically all a cruise is a delivery system for food, I think. So I'm going to do a 3-day fast and see if I can get some of these layers off. I'll see you again tomorrow. Don't forget, as always, life is short. Drink the bourbon. I'll see you next time.